Hello, everyone. Welcome to another episode of the Noisy Neighbours podcast. Just done United. Now it's time to do City. How are we, Christian? Are we ready for tomorrow? What?
I'm good, mate. I don't know about ready for tomorrow, but listen, if we want to start with the weekend, there was some positive signs. So, listen, let's get into it. I thought
Yeah.
me
No,
and you,
that's
me and you famously on the pod have been going on saying these next few signings have got to be hits. And for the first time, we watched that Newcastle game. We actually did a watch along. If
yeah,
any of you guys joined, thank you very much.
yeah. It was great.
But yeah, we saw signs that they are decent players. You know, we might have some players in there. Nico, he really showed things up. He was coming deeper. He was getting the ball on the half turn. He was then having the confidence to zip it into the attackers, getting it to Foden, Savinho. So, listen, that is huge for us because the thing we've been missing the most was that Rodri figure. Not saying he fills that gap, but he certainly changes things for us. He changes the whole dynamic and he allows us to play exactly how we love to play.
Yeah, that's it. I mean, you're missing that sort of those characteristics as much as anything, as much as the actual individual player. And I mean, like you said, it's in the mold of a Rodri, which is very important for you, and it has been very critical this season, amongst other things. It's not just been the Rodri thing, but do you think it's in enough time to make a real fist of it tomorrow night against Real Madrid? And we'll really get into it in a minute. But
yeah, it's a tough one, mate. I don't know is the honest answer. I think it's unfortunate the lad is getting slung in the deep end. I'm not too sure is the honest answer. I think, look, if we go out there and we make a good show of ourselves, I'll be happy with that. It's a difficult task winning at the Bernabeu at the best of times, as you know. And if you're going in and your squad's a bit, struggling, it's not going to be easy. However, I think if we go in with Nico and I think Gundogan and Kovacic, we were literally just saying this in the last United pod, I think to shore things up in that game is huge. I certainly won't be going with, I'll be very pissed off if I see KDB or Bernardo. Maybe a little bit less pissed off if KDB plays as part of the front three, because at least then he's a bit out of the way and he has less responsibility tracking. But I still will be annoyed because we saw against Newcastle for the first time, we looked dangerous the whole game, and we looked much better with legs and energy. You even said it yourself.
Yeah, I mean, that was like leading to my point in the first leg of what I would do. And I think in the team I picked, obviously it was nothing like that, but the team I picked, I did say play De Bruyne. I've said play him a little bit further forward. I probably did that on reputation, really, because De Bruyne was just really poor in the first leg and looked his age and some.
He did, yeah.
So, okay, they missed out of the weekend. Normally, in this scenario, you would go, didn't play on the Saturday, they will play on the Wednesday.
Yeah.
I think Guardiola has to just leave them two out. Look how good you were. You were flying around the pitch. The only thing for me is, with the team, you've touched on it already, is, are you playing Foden or are you playing a midfielder? Because that's Savinho has to play. He's the best of, currently he's the best of all three. Mamouche, Foden and Savinho. Savinho's the best of them three. He has to play.
Yeah.
Mamouche is better on the left than Foden, so you'd probably lean Mamouche, even though his general play is a bit sketchy still, but he is a massive goal threat, and you need at least
he's a
two tomorrow. So to me, the only thing for Guardiola is, sorry, not the only, we'll do the defence in a minute, is, so Kovacic or Foden, I think that is it. I don't think Bernardo and De Bruyne should be even included in that. To be honest,
watching that thinking, my only worry is scratching his head off.
Right now.
No, I agree, and I think do you know what? Just until just going back to the Nico point as well.
Yeah.
So when we were doing the watch along, and I was like, you know what? He does look, he's looked decent, but in the game it's hard because that position. Specifically, that position on the park, you don't really give them credit because you're like, well, they're doing the job that you just sort of expect. But a player that I refer back to is Michael Carrick, who was excellent. And you know why he was excellent? You didn't really notice the things he was doing.
Yeah.
But he was brilliant receiving the ball on the half turn and giving it to the players that could hurt the opposition. And that is where we have missed it so much. On Gonzalez, I watched like a detailed analysis of his game. It was actually Match of the Day that did it, so shout out. It was really good.
You're right.
And
I think, just on your point there, there's a famous quote that Del Bosque said about Busquets, and he said, if you watch the game, you won't see Busquets. If you watch Busquets, you'll see the whole game.
Yeah,
And it's
yeah.
a fantastic analogy on what a great DM does. And I just thought I'd like piggyback on your comment there on Carrick.
Yeah.
But jump straight back into Gonzalez and sort of what you saw on Saturday.
No, facts. So, the big thing was I was just seeing us play with confidence. He was coming in tight and then being able to wriggle out of situations. Like, I noticed Newcastle were playing in a way. And I think we did City maybe a little bit of a disservice on the watch along. Me more, because I was just like, Newcastle shit. Like, what are they doing? They've woke up, they look hungover. But the thing is, when you actually watch Match of the Day, give me a much better analysis.
Yeah.
And I was watching it being maybe a little bit harsh because Newcastle were trying to press. And I think they were trying to go with the recipe that has been really dangerous and hurt City all season, which a lot of teams have done to us and ultimately been successful. So they tried to do it and they were pressing us. Gonzalez was very press resistant. He was wriggling out of tight spots and he was getting the ball, bypassing through the press and getting it to our dangerous players in Foden, Marmoush, Savinho. And obviously the front players were excellent in that game. Savinho was absolutely magnificent. I think that's his best game in the City shirt, undoubtedly. He was so impressive. Marmoush,
he's now ahead of Foden in the
he is. No, mate, I said this on the watch along. I think Foden, yes, his goal scoring has picked up. His general performances have not. I think he's still like struggling through games like where I'm not noticing him. We were just talking about not noticing the CDMs. I shouldn't be not noticing our centre attacking mid or our winger based on where he is on the pitch. And we know how influential this guy can be. So it's so fucking frustrating that we're not seeing anything from Foden, nowhere near his best.
Yeah, I mean, just on Gonzalez, I think that like the feel of the game was so much more fluid and it's the exact point is that I didn't really think of it. I can't really think of anything he did specifically, but the whole game was miles better. Like you said, there's a reason you were getting 3-on-3s and 4-on-4s is because they were shit. The defense was fucking awful. They were gambling. They were missing long balls. I mean, Edison getting assists. I mean, fucking hell, it's just a joke. But still, you like you said, your midfield was breaking the press rather than losing the ball, and that translated into a very, very, very good performance that you can really cling to going into it. So, we've touched on it. I want to get your answer on this. I think we agree on 5 positions. What are you doing with the 6th position? Who's playing there and how they're playing? So Gundogan, Gonzalez, Savinho, Haaland, Mamouche. Who's the 6th player tomorrow night?
What you mean in midfield? Are you meaning?
Well, however you want to play it. Is it if you want to play Foden or De Bruyne? I imagine you're going 4-2-3-1. If you want to play Kovacic 4-3-3.
Yeah, so I would go.
Oh, Bernardo. Sorry, Bernardo could play in a 4-3-3.
Bernardo can't be anywhere near that pitch. I think if he is, we'll be overrun. We'll be absolutely swamped by Madrid, especially at the Bernabeu. I would go personally, and I know what I've just said, but I would go Foden just because I know what he can do. And also, listen, he did still do a couple of good things on weekend. The thing with him, he's just not fulfilling anywhere near his potential. That's the annoying thing. So I would go Phil Foden. I would go Savinho. And then, look, you've got to play Marmoush and Haaland. So I guess that leaves you 2 in midfield. So you're going to be a situation where it's Cover and Nico.
It's a 4-2-3-1, essentially, The reason I would leave Foden out is because I think you can get at them a little bit, but I think you need to pick your moments. What City want to do is you're only down by 1 goal. It's not impossible. If they get the first goal, you're down 2 goals, and the stadium's going to be into it. You want to kill the game a little bit tomorrow. You want to have a nice 20 minutes. You want to get on the ball. You want to knock it about. You want to show them that you're better at football, which you are. Technically, you're the better side. They are just overwhelming physically, and the pace the pace and power is just ridiculous in that team. But if you get into this game, I'm telling you, the fans will get edgy.
Of course.
We're only 1 goal up here. City get 1. You were really on thin ice then. That's what I'm thinking is, yes, Foden could play and could be the key, and you could get off to a great start. I would just think that 90 minutes is a long game. See off the first half an hour, 0-0, kill the crowd. Then you open it up a little bit. You might even get a goal in the first 30. That's not like Haaland did.
Yeah, mate.
So
it is a tough one, isn't it? Because even during this, I'm like, at first I was like, just play your flat 3 centre mids. But then, I don't know if we can leave out Foden only because I know what he gives us. But there is a fair point to be made. Would he be better maybe making an impact off the bench if we can get an early goal?
Yeah, it's a big game, and it could go extra time as well. There's no way goal.
It is a really tough decision to make. I guess we'll just leave it to Pep and see what his mastermind plan is.
Yeah, I mean, look, in fairness, that was easier. Now we get to the defense and the goalkeeper.
Yeah.
What obviously, I don't know what to make of Ederson at the minute. It's assists, it's gaffes, it's saves, it's fucking shit kicking, it's good.
It's
kicking.
Ederson, mate.
It's running off the line.
Everything you've just said just describes Ederson.
Yeah. So the defense, Akanji is out.
Yeah.
Obviously, Walker's gone. Stones is going to have to play centre back now, I'd imagine.
Yeah, it's a bit of a weird one. I've not seen too much on Diaz. I don't know if he's going to be fit or not. If Diaz is fit, Diaz has got to play. I think he is, but I'm not too sure. So if Diaz is fit, you've got to go Diaz, John Stones. It's a bit of a weird one, this, but I'd throw Kusanov in at right back only because I think we need that pace. He was actually giving him a little shout out as well from the weekend. Again, I saw a little bit more of a detailed analysis when I watched it back. His personal highlights on YouTube. I was like, you know what? I saw it in the game and his recovery pace was really good.
Yeah.
But watching him closely, he's still got mistakes in him. Look, he's a young lad. Yeah. And he needs to cheer up a bit, man. He looks like he's going to about start crying all the time. He actually had a good game. Cheer up, son. But the thing is, I think he will help us massively in transitions. He is very quick, and there is going to be mistakes on the back line. Our defenders, Diaz and Stones, both push up, and they can fucking miss the ball every so often. His pace helping out will be priceless because we've not got anything like that in the back line.
I mean, the only other thing you could do is go Aki at the back and play Stones in centre mid. It worked amazing, and you could go Stones, Kovacic, and Nico Gonzalez. Which would be very solid and would give you real good structure to build off. But I think you're right. I think he's going to have to go centre back because you've still got to deal with them.
Yeah.
I know they ballsed up quite a lot of openings, opportunities, shots that you gave them in the first leg, but they still scored 3, and this is how dangerous they are. So if they are,
Alex, this is one thing that's pissed me off though this year. Is like we are very ill prepared to face a team with decent wingers because ultimately, if you're playing a centre back against a very good winger, they are going to get absolutely cooked for the best part of 90 minutes. And this is where I think we fucked up because we've gone into this season with Walker, who was, he's obviously just completely fell off. I'm so shocked we didn't strengthen at fullback. I just think going with a flat 4 centre-backs and you've got 2 ridiculously quick wingers who are clinical as well, pretty clinical as well, Rodrigo and Vinicius, by the way. Yeah. So I just think it's a bit of a mental decision. I think whoever we put there, that's why I'm saying Kusanov, just because he's got that pace about him. He is going to get beaten, don't get me wrong, but I just think he does help us a little bit more than a flat centre-back, like if we go John Stones there.
Look, we saw little glimpses of what will happen to Rico Lewis there, Vinicius, but blew past him twice.
God, he was only there for a bit as well. He wasn't even on for that long.
This was in a half that Madrid weren't that great. And he's still got 2 opportunities, and if he's on an island with Vinicius, you can forget it. And at the Bernabeu, he might be on an island with Vinicius 4 or 5 times in the first half an hour. So it would be just chaotic to play Rico Lewis at right back in this tie, and Matheus Nunes just forget it completely. It's got to be Kusanov. Just by process of elimination. Plus, you paid 40 mil for him. Like you said, I want him to deliver. This is, mate. These are good opportunities for you. Yes, Madrid away 3-2 down ain't great, but show us you're against Vinicius. Show us. Plus, we've got a little bit of needle there with Vinicius. We don't like the guy. Don't like Madrid. You know what I mean? Fucking fill him. You know, like Keane said, smash into him.
Yeah, you've got to.
Just not in the box.
Yeah. Oh, God, I know. He really will be in taste.
Yeah, he will be. So, goalkeeper, last one.
Yeah, it's got to be Ederson. I think, Ederson, listen, he has made a massive fuck up in the last game.
We'll just have to roll with the punches.
Yeah, well, listen, what we're going to do, throw in Ortega, who also hasn't been great, and he doesn't give us anything the other end as well. You know, we did see that, I think with Marmoush and Haaland, they can cause problems for back lines, and I think Ederson, he is capable of hitting them. So, look, I'd go with him. I just don't see enough to change it and throw Ortega in. I just don't think it helps us that much.
Yeah.
What's your opinion?
Yeah, I go Ederson. Just
yeah,
I don't think there's a lot between them. He has got experience.
If one was in insane form, like say if Ortega was in great form, he hadn't been making mistakes, then I'd go Ortega. But Ortega's looked shaky himself. It's just a frustrating one with our keepers because I tell you what, in the summer it's a mess. What are we going to do? I'm guessing Ederson will be moved on. There was rumours last year about Saudi. I don't know where that leaves us because Ortega was then being shoehorned as like, well, he's in. As soon as Ederson's out, he's our next number one. No, now we're going to have to replace him. So they could both be going. Who knows? Bit of a weird situation.
Yeah, no, it's true. I mean, how do you see the game going? Do you want to just get a foothold in the game and just sort of see the first 10 minutes off because they came at you in the first 10 minutes in the first leg and you got away with it a little bit? You had the very, very close penalty call with the offside. Mbappe had that really good chance. Vinicius and fucking Phil and Mendy were just doing God knows what on the left when they had got an open net. Like, do you want to see a slightly different approach from City in the beginning? Obviously, it's away as well.
Yeah, look, the worst possible outcome would be if we go 1-0 down to a scabby Madrid goal in the first 10 minutes, because then you are in for a very rough first half. And I mean, you could be in for a rough 90 minutes if they get another one. So, yeah, I do agree with you. I think it's just about getting through that first, not even 10, I think getting through the first 20 minutes is crucial. And then we can, you want to get to a point, like you said yourself, where you start setting in a little bit of nerves. I know it is their Carabao Cup, so they don't really give a shit and they expect to go through against anyone, no matter what. But if you can try your best to get them to a little bit of squeaky bum time, if we can withstand their onslaught, and then we can start threatening at the other end, getting Marmouche, getting Savinho on the ball, getting against their back line, that is massively important, do you know what I mean? So if we can do that, we give ourselves a chance. So yeah, I think it's more about shoring it up in the first 10, 20 minutes, then start to look to press them and start to show what we can do. But the way Pep will go into it, mate, I'll tell you right now, he will want to control the ball, especially now having Nico in the team. He will think we will go there and we'll keep the ball from them, which, to be fair, we are more than capable of doing it.
Yeah, I wouldn't change to the degree of sort of sitting back and absorbing pressure. I would try and get on the ball and I would try and knock it about. I'd be quite slow in the attacks and just sort of get people a touch on the ball. Certainly Kusanov, if Kusanov's playing, get him a touch on the ball. Get Gvardiol involved because you want him to be focused and really sort of like get into the game properly. Don't let the pace of you don't want this game to be like a basketball game. That is I mean, look,
that's worst case scenario.
You can still score. Like, you came out of that first half an hour 1-0 up at the Etihad, but there's a big risk. You could have been 2-0 down when Haaland had that chance, and the whole tie is a completely different complexion. I know you ended up tossing it away anyway, but the difference is, like, to your point, you go 2-0 down at the Bernabeu. You know, I mean, then you've got to get 4.
It's bleak. Yeah, it's bleak.
You know? But extra time's in play, isn't it? I mean, extra time's definitely in play. Yeah.
Have you seen the Rudiger's back as well? Which is huge for them. Yeah, that's massive, because obviously that then allows them to move, I suppose, Tchouaméni back into midfield. I suppose Valverde's still got to play at right back, given their situation there. I don't know if Vasquez is back or whatever. So, yeah, that's a bit annoying because Rudiger's going to have a battle with Haaland, isn't he? And in the past, to be fair, he's come out on top. So
he's good, Rudiger. He's a very good player.
Oh, mate, he's quality. He's superb.
It's going to be Rudiger for Ceballos, I'd imagine, and Valverde will maintain at right back. That's a bit of a killer because he's a big loss in centre mid. But he's all right, Tchouaméni. I think he's decent. I mean, look, Camavinga and Bellingham are the two that are a lot more dangerous. Tchouaméni is what he is, really.
I think the thing is, Alex, it's like we are obviously a team in transition. You know, we are building for next season. I am quietly happy from what I've seen. You know, I know it's only one game, but I was impressed with little signs that I saw. I can see Kusanov being a player for the future. Just with his attributes alone, he looks like something we can build with. He's got core fundamentals. This is what we talk about when we talk about potential things. You've got to see something to say the word potential. So I do see things, and that's what's important with him. I also see a lot of things with Marmoush. I don't see potential in him. I think he's, as we've seen, I mean, he's just scored a hat-trick. I think he's more than capable to hit the ground running. He's got to play every match, really. He's got to be doing this every week. Yeah. So it's interesting, but I don't know. I am nervous. I just think we've got to get through it. Don't concede a stupid goal as well, which we've been doing so much this season. Fucking Arsenal, these dead goals that we're giving away. Do not give them a goal. You've got to make them work for it.
Yeah, you have, and like that. You don't want to make it any easy. Like there is a chance they're going to be better. The front three are going to be better in this game than they were in the first leg. Yeah. You obviously gave goals and chances away in the first leg. If they are a little bit better, who knows how much better? I don't know. You'd imagine they will be better. You're gonna have to play a lot better, and you're gonna have to be focused. You can't be turning it over on the edge of the box. Ederson, hit the fucking massive Norwegian guy with a ball and get Marmoush and Savinho into the play. And look, you never know. Okay, Tchouaméni helps them because he's a proper DM. Ceballos and Camavinga was it was no protection at all, was it? But still, Haaland will win more duels than he loses.
Yeah, mate, I think that, the big thing in this game is you've got to look what Haaland and Marmoush are capable of doing. And I know they're going to streamline this between them. They've only played together a few times. I think they are going to be a quite formidable partnership when they get it right, because they've both got attributes that I think complement each other. If Haaland drops in, a defender has to go with him. Yeah. Because of his sheer presence, size, they are going to take... So he takes one out of the game straight away. We saw it with Newcastle. I know they made an absolute fucking pig's ear of it, don't get me wrong. It's not going to be that easy all the time. But what you've got there, if he takes one away, you've got Marmoush, who is clinical, and he's very pacey. So it's an interesting one. I think if they work in tandem, we can hurt Madrid. On top of that, you've got Savinho on the other side, who is more than capable of cooking any fullback in world football. He's a very talented boy. But... he is inconsistent at the end of the day, so we'll see what version we do get of him. But, yeah, mate, I'm looking forward to it, and it should be a hell of a game. We're obviously going to do a watch-along, so if any of you guys watch this, enjoy it, join the watch-along. It'll be funny, even if you're just laughing at me. The last one was quite amusing at the end for Alex, so any of you boys want to watch it for that reason, be sure to jump on.
Definitely. Jump on. I echo that. It's going to be great. Can't wait for tomorrow. Couldn't wait for the first leg. It was a great game. Still just getting really mental. But yeah, I think that's the thing of like, just to the first 20 minutes, like, get on the ball, try and play a little bit of your football, but don't be afraid to hit Haaland. Don't be risking it. Like, yes, try and play out, but if it's not on, hit Haaland. You could score from it. Fucking hell, Ederson's got 3 assists this year, so something's going right.
Yeah, exactly. Mate, I think, no, you're spot on. I think what me and you were saying, I don't want anyone to misconstrue. Them first 10, 20 minutes, they're crucial to not concede because we don't want to throw this fucking tie. That's all we mean. However, in terms of the rest of the game, I am fully with you. I echo your thoughts. You have got to hit our strengths. Our strengths are just what I've said. You've got to hit them 2 boys up front and get the best out of them. And I tell you what, I can't be watching another game where it's like, we're keeping the ball, we're doing fuck all with it. And that would contribute to having Bernardo on the pitch. I'm sorry to say it, but that is all he's going to do. It's all he's going to be good for. Yes, we will have more possession, but we will do nothing with it. So we cannot go into that game and go, we'll have Bernardo Silva, we'll keep the ball, we'll just rotate it around their box and do nothing. No, you need players direct that are able to beat the man and get it into our danger men in Marmoush and Haaland. Simple.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, Marmoush is a big goal threat. He showed that on Saturday, and he can.
Sure.
He's got good movement. He picks up really good positions, and he's a massive threat. And if Valverde is the right back, he might not be picking him up in a way a fullback would. So big opportunity there, I think. And like I said, no need to panic. You don't need to go 2-0 down in this game. Like they could be amazing tomorrow night. You have to factor that in. But do everything you can to make it hard for them. Like you said. Don't be turning up there, turning it over, and fucking playing, all you can picture, can't you? Well, we saw it in the first leg. Ederson bowling it out to players who are under pressure. Don't do it. You're going to have, they're going to get tired. They're going to sit in. whether they're 1-0 up, 1-0 down. Madrid will do that at some point. Then you can get on the ball. Then you can play out. Like 2 minutes in, those three up front will have a bit of a press in them. I mean, admittedly, two of them are fucking lazy bastards, but don't encourage it.
No, mate, you're so right. Honestly, I couldn't agree more. It's like the moments. These are experienced professionals. They've won everything at this club. Edison being one of them. He should know, right? So if we do go with what we're saying, Kusanov, because of his pace, then Edison has got to be aware, right? Yes, I know we do like to play a certain way, and we are more risky than probably any club in world football, but I'm not going to put him under unnecessary pressure at the fucking Bernabeu when Vinicius Jr. is in front of him. We've got to use our brain. You know what I mean? I don't want to be seeing stupid shit, and then if he bowls it out to Kusanov, he loses possession, and they score. Fuck me, we are in for a rough time, because he is confidence. We know from what we've seen already, he's very much a confidence player. And to be fair, so are the rest of them at the moment. We've seen that all year. That I tell you what, once we've conceded one, the Reds have dipped. How many times have we been ahead and lost games or drew games?
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
Yeah,
so
right.
it's imperative we have got to play to our strengths. If that means that we've got to go long a few times, then we've got to go long. It's as simple as that. Edison has got to realise, look, I know we like to play this way, but we can't be stubborn or arrogant about it and think we can just do it all the time. You've got to play to what we can do this year and currently.
Yeah, and you have got other strengths, definitely. And there's moments in game you can switch it. You know, we've been talking about how stubborn my coach is and my team is at the moment.
Yeah,
and
of course.
Guardiola, look at it. You are having success with it in moments with the directness, and it's very hard to control Haaland in that way. Rudiger obviously helps. I mean, if it's Tchouaméni, and look, I thought Asensio was really good, to be fair to him. But again, they're losing out physically to Haaland. So, again, utilise it. And, man, I can't wait. I mean, obviously...
I think the thing is with you just saying that, Alex, it's like when you brought up Amorim, it's like Amorim is the opposite. He's very stubborn to the point he won't change his system. Pep doesn't mind changing absolutely everything, but he almost double bluffs the double bluff. He's thinking that far ahead. He's double bluffing the bluff he's trying to sell them. It's mad. He's so far advanced that he's confusing himself sometimes, it seems. Yeah. But we'll see what we do tomorrow. It could be a fucking madness, mate. We could come out flying, trying to catch them. I don't know. Either way, it's going to be insane, isn't it?
No, you make a really good point. I mean, Guardiola's got a history with this where he's almost too clever for his own good. I mean, I mean, for your sake, let's hope we don't get the team sheet in tomorrow and Edison's playing number 10 and Ortega's in net. He's up all night tonight, like the Alan off the Hangover meme, where like sums are going through his head and then he ends up fucking playing some mental system. What are your sort of what's your prediction for tomorrow? I know you 1-0 down, so you're going to have to win by 2 or take it to extra time, then pens. What are you thinking? I know obviously Saturday was fantastic. Can you get
honestly, I genuinely think. Look, we can do any of the possibilities. Look, we could go through. If you want my honest opinion, I think this year, I think they're going to have too much. It's pointless me sitting here and just talking bollocks like a lot of other pods do, where they're like, oh yeah, well, I'm just going to tell you what I hope will happen. Yeah, I could say that. I do hope we can get through. I hope we can get a goal and hold on to it, maybe get them to extra time and wear them down, beat them. But I have got to also be realistic. I think the team we are playing with currently, it's a transitional period for ourselves. We've got Gonzalez. He has changed things a little bit, but I think it might be just a bit too soon and a bit too much for us. I think we will score. I think they will win. I think it'll probably be 2-1 Madrid. But listen, come on, the boys. I hope we can win, or even if we can get them to extra time, take it into the nitty gritty, and even if we have to win on pens, whatever, man, just get through.
Yeah. No, I mean, look, clearly, if we're predicting and we're going to go, if we were going to put money on it, then I would clearly lean towards Madrid at home. It's not really the hottest take of we've had some pretty mental takes on tonight's pods already. Shout out Alejandro Garnacho to Real Madrid is going to be a problem. I'm not going to mention his name again. But I think, I mean, I'd go a few more goals than you again. 3-2. I know I got the prediction right last time. I watched it back, which is pretty good. I think I think it's going to be a draw, and I think they'll go through. I think they'll go through by one, which will be really frustrating. The Bellingham goal will probably tip the tie, but I wouldn't rule out a City extra time job, and they will feel it. Fuck me, they can't be going out in. I mean, look, it's not great. It's the new system's caught both clubs out a little bit with this playoff stuff, but yeah, I wouldn't rule out a 2-2, and they go through. I'll go 2-2. Yeah.
Yeah, man.
That's my prediction. So
let's see.
If it's 2-2, you're in it. You're going to be in it in the last 5, and that's you take that right now.
Yeah, bro. My buds are running out anyway. So listen, it's been a good one, and yeah, roll on tomorrow. Like I say, if anyone wants to join the watch along, it'll be a fun one. So let's roll. Come on, City. Come on, the boys.
Watch along tomorrow. City Madrid, second leg. Jump on with us. Let's have a good one, mate. It was great in the first leg. Let's hope Edison just doesn't run out of goal for no reason.
Yeah. I don't want no fucking stupid shit. Please, just ease my blood pressure, man.
If I'm sat there and I go,
enough.
What was it I said on that third goal? Oh my God, he's running out of his net.
I can look back at that shot and laugh now, but at the time, my face on them clips, I watched it back and I was so fucking pissed off.
Yeah, man, that's the beauty of watch-alongs. It's live and it's very passionate. Yeah, man. Hopefully see you tomorrow. If not, catch you on the next one. Thanks a lot, Christian. Roll on tomorrow. City Real Madrid. Let's do it.
Cheers, bro.
Later.